Hello, everybody, and welcome back to My Hero Fandom. I apologize right off the bat because, well, I have not been getting very many videos out here lately. I have been dealing with a couple things, and I have been trying to figure out what I was going to cover with this short break between Dragon Ball and My Hero Academia starting up. So I figured I would go ahead and do one quick video on why I thought the Tournament of Power was the best arc. A lot of people say that this arc was dragged out, or it was too long, or it was rushed. Now, a couple of those things are correct. The Tournament of Power was dragged out. The fights between Jiren and Goku was dragged out. Well, they were dragged out. I think that the worst part in the tournament, in my opinion, was Ribrianne. I did not like her whatsoever. But there was a couple things about the tournament that were really good. We were able to see some characters develop, and I know everybody's going to hate me for saying this, but Goku develop. I mean, I know that he was kind of given technically two transformations, really one because of Ultra Instinct, but he mastered it. But we were able to see him develop into such a good character, and how he handled having that much power, and how he was able to overcome Jiren. And I mean, I would say he beat him, but he ended up running out of time because of his power running out. But there was, I mean, if you look at Dragon Ball Super, a lot of people want to say, oh, this is the worst arc they've ever made. This was easily the worst arc they've ever made. There was too much rushing of things. And I, for one, have to beg to differ, because if you look at Dragon Ball Z, let's say, for example, I love Dragon Ball Z, but Akira Toriyama tried to end the show with the Majin Buu arc. I mean, we can't complain when we get some good arcs like these. He'd given us everything we've ever wanted. I mean, we had asked for how long to get a female Broly, and we finally got one. And then finally, we get Goku Black, who was really a fan-made character of Goku going evil. And I'm getting off on a tangent right now, but we cannot talk bad about Dragon Ball Super. I think by far it's one of the best things that the Dragon Ball community has ever made. And I've watched Dragon Ball my whole life. I've seen Dragon Ball Z, I've seen GT and the original Dragon Ball. I've seen all the movies. I mean, we can't complain for what we got. And the reason why I think also the Tournament of Power was the best was we were able to see what is in store for the future of Dragon Ball, and we're going to be able to. We got kind of a perspective of what could happen. We could see Vegeta go to Planet Sadala. We could see Goku train with the Angels. We could see him go and fight Jiren again. There's many different things we could see him go out and do. But that being said, they could, say take a longer hiatus, and they could go and finish up like what happens with Oob. Are they going to connect GT or anything with GT? Because I know it's not canon. But the reason why, again, I'm keep getting off on tangents. The reason why I love the Universal Tournament was that it was a battle royale. I mean, I loved watching it. I mean, we were able to see universes be destroyed and how the characters reacted to that. We were able to see everybody cheering. I mean, for certain characters we never thought would do good. And I mean, you get Krillin, who was a character who was a joke, but ends up doing really well in the tournament. I think he had knocked out 4 people before he ended up being knocked. I mean, what else could you ask from Krillin? I mean, Krillin's one of those characters to where that he's not so much of use anymore. He doesn't have a strong enough power. I mean, we can't really ask for much from some of these characters. But the Tournament of Power 2, I think, was a kind of a stepping point for Dragon Ball and where its future is going to be. They opened up so many different ideas for themselves on arcs that they could possibly do. We could have a separate episode or multiple episodes of where Piccolo goes to Namek on the Universe 6. I mean, there's so many different things, and we were able to see from the tournament the hype that had built up for Goku fighting Jiren. I mean, that fight had been hyped up a year ago when they had released a picture of Goku turned around, and I remember the night watching the first ever fight they had, the internet broke, Funimation wouldn't work, or Crunchyroll wouldn't work. So I think my biggest thing is I hate when people say, "Oh, Dragon Ball Super was rushed or it was dragged on." Yes, the ending was rushed. They should have just made the last episode one episode to finish the tournament, and then one more episode for what happens after it, how everybody goes home, what they do when they're home. And that's something that I wish they would have changed, but they didn't. I'm not going to complain. Because I know that it's going to be back. I mean, as much as people keep saying, "Oh no, Dragon Ball's not coming back," it's going to be done. Like, I know Geekdom says that he likes to talk a lot about it, saying about how there's nothing released yet on of them coming back or not. And when you think about it, if the whole company over there, they would not stop this. Right now, they're at I think one of their highest points they've ever been in their entire show, and if they were to stop now, they would lose out on so much money opportunities. They're stopping the show to focus on the movie. We don't want a bad movie, but this Universal Tournament, by far the best thing I've ever seen. I mean, there were some characters in there that were really annoying, again, like Ribrian, or I don't even remember the guy who would morph into, he was like kind of like a Power Ranger, I thought, with he had the letters on his chest. I thought he was kind of a character that was just thrown into the air just to have. But I mean, we just have to appreciate what we had got, and everybody, that's all I've seen throughout YouTube is everybody trashing the Universal Tournament. We can't trash it. I think it's the best tournament. We got an awesome fight between Goku and Kale and Caulifla, and we got their fusion. I mean, that was awesome to see. And then everybody in the tournament thinks about fusing, and then, well, I mean, I know it didn't happen, but still, I mean, that was amazing to see how all the other universes reacted to seeing them fuse two mortals. But I mean, there were so many good things I could list about this tournament, and if you guys have anything that you thought was awesome about this tournament that you didn't expect, just leave a comment down in the section below. But I mean, I could go on for days about why I loved this. I mean, this was probably my favorite arc, if not the Goku Black arc. I might make a video on the Goku Black arc and actually going in depth of why I liked it so much, just because of the setting itself being in the future and whatnot. But speaking of setting, the reason why here's something else why I liked this tournament. It was all in one place. Yeah, it was over, I think, 100 episodes or almost 100 episodes. But the reason why I loved it so much was that the way the characters acted before the first universe had gotten erased. And then the way you see, like, how they start off, everybody's hating Goku, and then they all end up, like, kind of seeming like they're all the gods are starting to respect him a little bit more, and all the other fighters are starting to respect him a little bit more. But that's just me. I really liked the tournament. I loved seeing how the Xeno, both of them would react whenever they were able to destroy a universe. They both seem like little kids to me, which is funny. But I really enjoyed it, and how the gods of destruction would react whenever they were going to be saying goodbye to their angels. I can't wait till the series starts back up again. I hope it starts up next January, or at least whenever the show ends that's in its time slot now in Japan. I don't know. If you guys have anything you guys would suggest for me to cover it until My Hero starts up April 7th, feel free to leave a comment below. Make sure you share my video. We're almost up to 50 subscribers, so I'm pretty happy about that. Just leave a comment if you guys have any suggestions, and do not forget to like and subscribe.